Hi, this is Robert with Cruzbike, and today we're going to be installing the underseat rack on a Cruzbike S40. The underseat rack is made by TerraCycle in Portland, Oregon, and fits your S40 perfectly. It's a great way to carry a nice small set of panniers under the seat for great weight distribution. The rack itself is very light and installs easily. The underseat rack is nice and lightweight and ships with the following components: the 2 side mounts, a lower cross brace with 2 brackets, and 4 mounting brackets with 2 different sets of spacers. Note the red plastic pieces are just to hold the bolts on. They will be discarded. Also, you will need a 4mm Allen for assembly. Once you have gathered all the parts and the 4mm Allen, we will begin mounting the rack to the S40. We're going to be using the rear holes and the front holes directly under the seat. Note that the front holes are closer together and not as wide as the holes on the rear stays. We're going to take our first bracket with a small spacer and thread it into the first set of holes on the stay. We're going to tighten it, but not fully tighten it. Just tighten it enough to hold it in place. Then we will take another small spacer and bracket and mount to the other side, keeping it nice and loose at this time. Then we will take a large spacer with the bracket, and these go on the holes under the seat at the front of the rack. We'll slide the bracket over the rack arm and install the front. Just hand tight at this point. Once we have that in there, we can center the rack between the mounts and then install the other side in the same order. It's important at this point to make sure everything is slightly loose so we can move it around before installing our lower bracket, which we have here. We will want to loosen the 2 4mm bolts that hold it on, because once installed, everything will be sitting at a 90-degree angle to itself. The TerraCycle logos go to the outside, and the cutouts are for pannier hooks, and they face down. Now we're going to slide our brackets onto the lower bar, and we're just going to hand tighten them at the moment, just tight enough that we can still move the brackets back and forth. This will help us get everything nice and square before we do a final tightening. Once everything is nice and square, we can tighten the 4mm bolts, making sure they're nice and secure, but not over tightening. Then we can move up and tighten our clamps at the top of the rack, making sure everything there is nice and secure. And once all those bolts are tightened, your rack is fully installed. The underseat rack is now ready to carry the pannier bag of your choice with whatever gear you feel you need to haul, ready for your commute. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at support@cruzbike.com.